assets or their endpoints, everything they own. So some are listed. Okay, they list what they allow you to test. But okay, now for example, they did not mention, so they just make it a wild card that okay, you can test any of our subdomains. So it is now your responsibility to now enumerate all their subdomains. So find everything you need to know and find a vulnerability. So if you do not find the vulnerability, then you know that okay, you're not getting paid. So since you say okay, you want to hunt on this particular program, I like this program, I want to hunt on them. You have done your recon, found everything. So you now start finding vulnerabilities. Okay, what is wrong here? Okay, this is supposed to be this way. This is not supposed to be this way. Okay, can somebody else access my account? Or any vulnerability that okay, you can think of. So some people try to master one vulnerability before they do the whole thing. So you can just try to master them one after the other. So you are learning, okay, I want to learn how to identify this. So you start finding those vulnerabilities in their system. And after you find it, you have to validate it. You confirm that it is real and can be reproduced. If it is only happening on your own end, then it is not valid. So it has to be something that okay, another person can reproduce it, not something that okay, it is just only you that it is happening to. So I try to log in and I can bypass something, but it is only me that it is happening to. If another person try it, it is not happening on their end. So it must be able to be reproduced by another person before you can say, okay, this is a valid bug. So once you find out that, okay, this thing is valid, oh, the next thing is to write a report about it. So, and that report now, so you have to document your steps, okay, how you found everything. Okay, I did this and that was how I got to this. And the impact of that particular thing you found on their systems, because that is what matters to them. So if it doesn't have any impact on them, why should they say this is valid or why should they pay you for it? If this is not affecting anything in their business, why should they pay you for it? So you have to tell them the impact on whatever you found. And then you show proof that okay, you actually found this. So maybe it can be a screenshot, a video walkthrough of how you found it and everything. So but the important thing is you need to document your steps, the impact of it on their systems, and then your proof of concept. So how you found that particular thing, and then you submit your reports and you wait for the company to check, okay, it is valid on your own end, it might not be valid on their own end. So they have to triage it. So they review and confirm if it is actually also a bug on their own end. If this is an issue, if this is a vulnerability to them, so they have to review it. So once they review and they confirm that okay, this is actually a bug, this is a problem, and then they fix it, and then they reward you for it. So you have helped them improved their security posture. So that is your responsibility as a bug bounty hunter, not to find something and exploit it for personal gain, but you are helping organizations and you're not doing it for free. You are doing it for your own self also to get your own reward. So whether it is recognition or payment, so you are sure also gaining something from it. So there are two types of programs now. So we have VDP, Vulnerability Disclosure Program, and then we have BBP, which is the Bug Bounty Program. So VDP now, you don't get paid for it. So some websites now can tell you that okay, well, we do not pay for this, so but you can help us find these problems in our website, but we have nothing to give you. Silver and gold, I have none. But they can give you recognition, they can give you they can give you recognition, or they can tell you thank you, but they are not paying for it. And then bug bounty program. So if you're out to make money from it, so this is what you are to focus on, because that is where you are getting paid. So and most of these websites, so how you can identify websites that have um the bug bounty. So for example, now if I navigate to a website, so there are keywords that you search for from websites that have. So for example, let me navigate to host points. So okay, I came across this particular website. So I want to know, okay, do they have a bug bounty program, so I can help them improve their security? So you can check the footer page of the website if you can find anything like that. And if you can see here, they have a bug bounty program. So you click it and review their program. Okay, if this is something you can work on. So you have to review the program also. So you go to the website, you check the footer page. So sometimes it can not be bug bounty. So there are other keywords, as I said. So it can be vulnerability disclosure, it can be security. So for example, Orange website. So if you can see from host points over here, what they have here is bug bounty. So you know that okay, these people are having a bug bounty program that okay, you can participate in, you can test them, and you get paid for it. So but here now you can see responsible disclosure. So you can either see bug bounty, responsible disclosure, or security. So mostly in the footer page. But now some do not have this in the footer page. So for example, if I navigate to bbc.com, so there's nothing like that in their footer page. So, but how do I know? Okay, does this program have a bug bounty? Can I hunt on them and get paid? So you can now try searching and adding security. So not found. So since they don't have security, what else can I try? So I'll try security.txt. So their own is not in the footer page, but you can now add security or security.txt to that website to find, okay, do they have a security page? So as you can see from here now, so it is now telling you that you should check their policy at www.bbc.com/backstage/security disclosure policy. So you might not find it in the footer page, but that doesn't mean they do not have a bug bounty program. So as we see from this example, they do not have it in their footer page, but they have it in security.txt. So you find more information and you can navigate to this to now see their policy and okay, check, okay, is this something I can work on? So is this VDP or BBP? Am I getting paid for this or not? So if you know that okay, you want to get paid for what you are doing, then if you see VDP, you leave it. But now it is advisable that okay, as a beginner, um you are just starting out in bug bounty or ethical hacking. So it is advisable to now go for VDPs. because it is not saturated. So everybody that is going to work once hunting is going for the money. So, but if you're a beginner and you want to learn, your goal is to learn now, it is advisable to go for VDP. So you can learn while hunting, and what you can get, as I said before, you can get recognition for it. So they recognize you, maybe they add you to their Hall of Fame. So you use it to learn more. You're using it to upgrade yourself, and you're like, okay, I am good with this. You can now start the hunting properly for reward. So, but it is also fine if you choose that, okay, what I want to do is I am learning and I am earning. So you go directly to bug bounty hunting where you get your reward. So you disclose, it is validated, and you get your reward. So you are getting reward plus your payment, but it is often more competitive, very, very competitive, because everybody is trying to look for the money. So for example, see this Coinbase one now, okay, they have 1K reports already on it. So these bugs now, okay, they're telling that 1K people, and see how many people are working on it. 579. There are some that you can even see that, okay, like up to 1,000 people are working on it. So, but if you now find some that are less saturated, but okay, you have to be sure that are they accepting this particular thing. So most of the ones that you see that, okay, people are the people are paying for it. So you see that it is really saturated. So as you can see here, top paying opportunities. That is why it is in the first place here. So, and you can see the number of people that are working on them. So 600, 2,000 bucks, 600 people are working on it. So you can see this now, 9, 8. So what you don't know, okay, now you start asking yourself, okay, why is it just few people? So you can now go through their scope and see that, okay, what is the problem here? Because if a target is actually paying, you will find a lot of people working on that particular program. So would you still report a critical vulnerability if there was no reward? You can send your answers to the chat. So you find a problem on a particular website and they don't have bug bounty, they only have VDP. So using your good mind, if they don't have any reward for you, are you going to report it or you are going to exploit it? So I believe that we are all white hats here. So you have to report it whether there is a reward or not. So, and firstly, how did you find the critical vulnerability? Hope you had permission to test them before you started testing. Because if you didn't have permission before testing, so if you even report, they'll ask you first, who permitted you to do this? So always obtain permission. So from all this now, you don't have to go to the company and be asking them for permission because they have already given you permission from this platform. So you can go straight to hacking them and testing them. If I say hack, that doesn't mean you should exploit it. So you test them. So you already have permission via HackerOne to test them. So the rules of engagement. So always stay within the scope. As I said, you go through their scope here. So you click see details. So you check their scope. Okay, for example, PlayStation are telling you that this is what you can test in scope. This is what is in scope. So always follow their rules. So you check, okay, all these are in scope. So if they say it is out of scope, then don't test it. So you can decide now, okay, this wildcard for PlayStation.com that is ineligible. So because if it is ineligible for bounce, it doesn't mean that, okay, if you find something in it, you shouldn't report it because you're not getting anything. So as you can see, you have the asset name, the type, coverage, the severity and bounty. So you will know from here if it is eligible for bounty or not. So the fact that it is ineligible for bounty doesn't mean that you should exploit it for your own personal gain. So stay within their scope. Don't test what they did not tell you to test. So if they say this is out of scope or don't attack this particular thing, don't do it because you are a white hat. You are a bug bounty hunter and you are helping them improve their security systems, not to destroy it the more. So, and you should not access unnecessary user data. So, for example, they say you can test maybe this account dot the domain account.orangecybersecurity.com, and you go there and you find user data, you find our logins and everything. So do not access it. So report it responsibly. So some people can say that okay, they want to save this particular thing, they found something, so they are going to save it in case these people did not pay me well. I know what I'm going to do to them. So don't do that. So make sure that okay, what you are testing, you are reporting everything. So, and if you find something, even though you've reported it, that doesn't mean you can now go ahead and be disclosing it to other people. So even if after they have approved it, don't go ahead and okay post that I found this in this particular website and it is valid till they have fixed that particular thing, till they have fixed that issue you reported before you go ahead and be talking about it that okay you found this but they have fixed it, because the moment you are now publicly disclosing that particular thing you found, or so you are now telling people that okay well, this particular website is vulnerable to this, and you do not know who is watching. You don't know who is trying to exploit something for bad. Since you are good, you do not know if the other person or one of your friends, whether on Facebook or WhatsApp, is a black hat. So make sure you give them time to fix whatsoever you found before you can now publicly disclose it. Before you publicly disclose anything you find, so that you do not now give other people the room to now start exploiting it. And you should know your local cybercrime laws. So every country have their laws that okay you're supposed to abide by. So you should know okay if you do this particular thing, this is what it is going to cost you. If I hack into CBN without their permission, I'm going to do jail. So you should know whatsoever you're getting yourself into before you do that. So it is very important that you know the laws so you don't put yourself in unnecessary danger. So because as a pen tester or a bug bounty hunter and as a white hat, you should do the right things that okay will not even make you have to be thinking, okay, if I do this, will I go to jail? So you know the right things to do and you know the wrong things. So don't do anything that will make you compromised that okay, they are now seeing you as the bad guy or something. So always stay within scope. Do not attack their systems and always report responsibly, and do not exploit their user data or anything they did not ask you to do. So bug bounty hunting can be a waste of time if you skip the rules of engagement or test out of scope at assets. So if they say a particular target or subdomain is out of scope, so if you test it, even if you find something, they are not going to pay you for it because they've already told you that this particular thing is out of scope. So if you now still go ahead to test it, you are not getting paid for it. So I'm trying to check if I'm going to see a program that listed something out of scope. So Okay, good. For example, now, this, they've told you that anything under this budgetair.com is in scope. You can test it, but don't test anything that is in .stg.travix.com. So if you now go and test .stg.travix.com and you find something, they are still not going to pay for it, because from the onset, they've already told you that, okay, this is out of scope. So if you are doing it, you know that you are not getting paid for it. So it's almost time for our break. So we are going to continue after the break. So if there is any question, so if you are on the group, you can drop it also, and then I will answer it on the next call. And also, we'll also have time for question and answer when we conclude the second half of the class on the second meeting. So I'll see you in the second half.